Hello, I am a participant in the closed beta testing for the upcoming rhythm game Bang Dream Hour Notes. In this video, I want to introduce the two types of cards in this game and give a basic overview of what team building is going to be looking like for Hour Notes. With that being said, do keep in mind that this information comes from a beta version of the game, so details and gameplay may be subject to change or rebalancing for the official release. The intention behind this video is to give you a general idea of what to expect with the focal point on the two card types in Hour Notes. The two types of cards that you have in Hour Notes are Members and Snapshots, and at first glance, they kind of look the same. They both have gorgeous art, stats, and skills, but functionally, these cards serve different purposes. To play the game, you need a band, and to have a band, you need members. And in Hour Notes, you need 5 members in your band. Your 5 members are going to go in the big slots on the band formation screen. In front of each band member, there is a small slot. That is where your snapshots go. Snapshots are attached to members and boost their power. You are required to have members, but you are not required to have snapshots. They are basically support cards. In essence, members are like the characters you play as, and snapshots are like the equipment item or weapon that you would give to your character to make them stronger. Now that we've differentiated between the two of them, let's talk about what members and snapshots have to offer. There are 3 rarities of members: R, SR, and SSR. Each member is also assigned 1 type. There are 5 types total: Ruby, Azure, Jade, Amber, and Violet. Each card has a total power value, which is a sum of the 3 parameters: performance, technique, and visual. Members also have a favorite song. If you are playing a live where the song tag matches a member's favorite song, that member will receive a stat bonus. There are also 3 types of skills that are listed on a member card. One of those skills is the leader skill. This skill only activates if the member is set as leader of the band. Your leader of the band is going to be the member that you place in the center of your band formation. You also have a live skill, which will activate once during a live, as well as a GEKISO skill. Pause. What the hell is GEKISO? Well, truthfully, I feel like it would require a separate video to properly review GEKISO, but the short answer to that question is that GEKISO is one of the live modes that was available to play during the CBT. And GEKISO skills are skills that only activate during GEKISO segments in this live mode. Now moving on to snapshots. Like members, snapshots also come in 3 rarities: R, SR, and SSR, and they are also assigned one of the 5 types. Each snapshot also has 3 parameters with percentages to show how much each of those stats are boosted for the member that you equip the snapshot to. Beneath the parameters, you can also check to see which characters appear within the snapshot. This is purely informational and doesn't affect your gameplay or team building in any way. Snapshots have 2 types of skills: a life support skill, which will activate whenever the member's life skill activates, and also a GEKISO support skill, which will activate during GEKISO live shows. Now let's get into what upgrading your members and snapshots will look like. For members, you of course have your basic level enhance, where you will use coins and member XP to increase the level of your card. Increasing the level will increase your parameters and total power. To increase the max level of your card, you can perform training, which will require coins and gems for materials. Training not only increases your level cap, but you can also gain some stats too. Training can be done a total of 5 times. Skill level upgrade is just like what it sounds like. You can upgrade your live and GEKISO skills separately, each requiring their own different types of materials. Lastly, for members, we also have Awaken. Awakening a member will increase your parameter boosts, increase your leader skill, and also increase the bonus you get for matching a song type and favorite song. One thing that I'd like to point out is that for Awakening, you can actually choose which materials to use. You can either use a member-specific piece, which I assume you could get from pulling duplicate members, but there is also an option to use band-specific member pieces and also generic member pieces as well. I really like this inclusion of the band and generic pieces because it means you won't absolutely have to pull duplicates to max out a member. I will be curious though to see how scarce they end up making these generic pieces be. Now moving on to upgrading snapshots, it's a lot simpler and more straightforward compared to upgrading members. Again, you have level enhance where you can use coins and snapshot XP to increase the level of your snapshots. Increasing the level will increase the parameters boost percentages. You can also limit break snapshots, which is like training, skill leveling, and awakening for members all rolled into one. In order to limit break a snapshot, you need to have a duplicate card. Limit breaking will increase your max level, automatically increase both of your live and GEKISO skills, and also increase the bonus you get for matching the member and snapshot types. Yay! Now we know about the components of making a band and hour notes. Now, how does it all come together? How do you team build in hour notes? I am happy to share my experiences and thoughts on team building while playing the CBT. Please don't take this as advice though, because again, I was playing a test version of the game and the final game is subject to changes and rebalances. For starters, I would like to point out that we didn't have many cards to work with in the CBT. We only had 2 SSR members and snapshots, and then SRs and Rs for all of the Maigo and Ave Muchika members. The main big thing that I noticed was that synergy undoubtedly played a very large role in team building. And team building is like a balancing act between managing your synergies while also still bringing good score increasing skills to the team. The main thing with synergies is picking a good leader and also matching your members and snapshots correctly. Your leader skills are essentially score boosts for specific members. So, for example, Maigo leader skills encourage you to have other Maigo members in the team. Matching your members and snapshots is even more important. The bonus you get from matching the types is pretty noticeable. And on top of it, all snapshot skills have a second clause that is something along the lines of, if the equipped member is blank, then this skill does double the normal skill. These two factors combined with the limited deck that we had in the CBT made all of the SR and SSR members have like a very definitive best in slot snapshot for them. Because if you can, ideally the types and bands match between your members and snapshots. There is also synergy bonuses for matching song types and playing members' favorite songs, but this was more negligible in my experience. My strongest teams ended up being a mix of Ave and Maigo members, because at the end of the day, a maxed out SSR card is still going to outperform a maxed out SR card, synergies aside. The other side of the coin is skills. If you want to score higher, you want to prioritize using score up skills when you can. For members, there was like 3 varieties of score up, a basic score up, a life up variety that does better if you have at least a certain amount of HP, and also a perfect variety that scores better only on perfect hits. Interestingly, none of the snapshot cards had a direct score up skills the way that members had. But I did notice that there was a couple of SR cards that had a skill up duration skill, which I found very interesting. There was also probably some R cards that had this skill too, but I'm going to be completely real with you, I totally ignored the R cards. As the name suggests, this skill increases the duration of the member skill when it activates. At max skill level, the SR version of this skill nearly doubles the skill duration. I could see that having potential when equipping these snapshot skills to a scorecard. I tried testing this in the CBT, but the scorecards we have don't match the snapshots types or band. And if you put the card on an off-type scorecard, I found my scores were just about the same. I do wonder, though, if it would be a different story with an SSR version of this skill. And the other thing to keep in mind, too, is that I wonder if this skill would still be viable at low investments because, again, to level your snapshot skills, you are going to need to pull dupes of the snapshot. But my current running theory is that I think if your members and snapshots synergize, a score skill plus skill duration up will be a pretty strong combo. Now, when it comes to the GEKISO live mode specifically, totally different story. Even if I had lower stats overall or similar stats to the other players in the room, I would find that I could still win GEKISO matches by a fair margin. Basically, in my experience, the GEKISO skills you bring to the match matter more than anything else, which kind of sucks, to be honest, because you don't know what GEKISO skills you'll need until after the song is selected, and at that point of the match, you can't change your team. The RNG of song selection makes it kind of unfair, in my opinion. Basically, I knew if I was going to lose a match as soon as the song is revealed. I think either GEKISO needs to be completely random for every song instead of assigned GEKISO types for each song, or we should be allowed to pick our team after song selection. Though I do realize that in the beta, the band power of the band we chose is used to matchmake you to players of similar band power. So there would have to be some rebalancing there, perhaps. But I did really enjoy playing this life mode. It has a lot of potential, and I left some suggestions for the devs about it. Alright, that wraps up this overview of members, snapshots, and Teambuilding to come for Bang Dream Hour Notes. Bang Dream is, I would say, my favorite franchise, and I'm a longtime fan and so excited for the official release of this game. Did you get into the CBT? Was there anything you noticed that I missed talking about? Or do you have questions about anything else for this game? Let me know. I would love to have a discussion. That's all for now. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!